In this inspiring tale, Lizi fights for better educational opportunities with her hard work. Her sincerity and determination even moved the principal. The principal recognized Liz's potential and dreams, and eventually her wish came true. She was accepted. However, the enrollment process turned out to be a real obstacle. To make sure someone filled out the forms, Lizi went through a lot of trouble before finally finding her dad in a rundown shelter. 8 years of hardships have turned her hair grey, but her love for books remains unshaken. Though her dad was once a brilliant genius, reality has harshly knocked the wind out of his sails. Hearing Liz's plea, her dad surprisingly helped with enrollment. After some brainstorming, they decided to pull at Eve's family card. It was a bit bumpy, but they managed to get through without me. They thought once the paperwork was done, they'd part ways, but seeing his grown daughter, Dad suddenly got all sentimental. He endlessly apologized to Lizi, who replied with surprise, "I love you, take care." Staying at school, even though nostalgia was everywhere, those childhood giggles are still the sweetest melody in her heart. Even though her dad is broke now, he still is his greatest superhero. His encouragement is like a tiny power-up that helps her tackle every hurdle in life. Watching her dad walk away, Lizi felt tears welling up, but she knew she couldn't get stuck in the past. From then on, she focused on studying, earning the principal's praise for her hard work, though he kept forgetting her name. Every time the principal chose a responder, she was always first, puzzling and frustrating her. One day, she braved up to ask the principal. He smiled, saying he wanted everyone to know her. Hearing his explanation, Lizi was moved to tears. It was like being wrapped in kindness. She realized the principal's good intentions were to motivate her and help her walk a steadier path. From then on, Lizi cherished her hard-won opportunity even more. On the subway, her focus looked shone. In the kitchen, her drive to learn stood out with dedication. Being broke might be her motivation to rise up. Only by trying her best can she make sure the passing of time is a bit less regrettable. The principal was amazed by her constant drive to learn. When he asked about her homework, she smiled and answered, "Sunday plans, evening classes, French, plus after-school science. Sorry, time's tight. Now you see me racing to keep up with my previous schoolwork, 10 times the effort. That's a mountain of tasks, and I don't want to end high school feeling like I'm 20 already." Her words exuded unwavering conviction, with her desires for the future burning like a roaring fire. Soon, the principal excitedly announced that school decided to send the top 10 outstanding students to visit Harvard. But as she looked at the brochure in her hands, Lizi was filled with doubt and anxiety, struggling to believe she could be in the top 10. The principal noticed her hesitation and looked at her with encouragement, saying, "You can totally do it. You deserve this spot." Full on, excited, Lizi embarked on her magical journey to Harvard. Seeing the ancient yet elegant architecture and soaking in the rich academic atmosphere felt like stepping into a museum, absolutely breathtaking. Just then, the principal reminded her these are all the illusions from prestigious schools. In reality, they are just regular folks like you. They work as hard as you do, striving and facing the same challenges. But the tuition fees from elite schools seemed to be a whole different ballpark. This made her chuckle helplessly, when suddenly, an assistant handed her a scholarship program from the New York Times. Organizers offer $12,000 yearly scholarships, but conditions are like a boss fight. Not only must students excel across the board, but they also had to write an essay on what they learned and how they overcame obstacles. The competition was to grab this scholarship. Lizi studied day and night, putting in 4 months of hard work until she finally finished the day before the deadline. And she just happened to finish this ultimate coming-of-age essay on her 18th birthday. Her hard work paid off, and the long-awaited reply glimmered like a lighthouse guiding her way. On the day of the interview, she confidently asked her sister to borrow a fancy coat, and her sister unhesitatingly took off her only jacket. The deep bond of sisterhood was silently transmitted in that moment, truly heartwarming. Shortly after, Lizi encountered Chris, who grew up with feelings of being orphaned, her eyes filled with helplessness and despair. Chris pleaded Lizi to help her through difficulties, but Lizi replied that she had an important interview. Freeing herself from Chris' clinginess, Lizi quickly rushed to the New York Times building, where she poured her heart out during the interview. The greatest takeaway from her parents' shortcomings was learning how to face reality with courage. Though their impotence cast a shadow over her life, she never doubted their love for her. Her words touched everyone present. A child who grows up in adversity can still deeply love their parents is truly admirable. In a vast world, how many still love their parents after hardships? Ultimately, Lizi succeeded through effort and determination. She won the scholarship, a key life turn and start for higher goals. 6 months later, Lizi entered Harvard with excellent grades, opening a new chapter in her life. Curious reporters asked her how she did it. Lizi smiled, saying setbacks are life's precious wealth. Don't forget to subscribe.